Absolute dynamite. Oh my goodness.
Oscar Bevis for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here today at a Matchroom press conference for Thursday night show at York Hall, joined by Mr. Mark Tibbs. How are you, sir?
Lovely, Oscar. Thanks very much. Yourself? You good?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to a bit of Thursday boxing. It's become a bit more of a regular thing, the midweek boxing, but yeah, all good. Richard Riakporhe is the man that you're cornering for and training for Thursday. If I get my words out, for Thursday night. Jack Massey was training perhaps for Okoli. I'm not sure how long his camp was, but he was training for sort of a long, rangy, awkward Okoli. Richard is fairly similar in style, would you say? So perhaps something that suits Jack?
No, I think although they're the same sort of build and rangy wise, Richard's very, very vicious on the inside. He's absolutely, you think because of his height and his range, he's a long rangy shooter, but he's very, very good on the inside. Our man Richard Riakporhe, yeah.
What sort of stuff has Richard been working on? Because he's had such a good year and he's on such a high. Is it sort of just been carry on as normal, or has there sort of been new stuff added as you've been going along?
Well, you have to work on everything. I mean, and mostly things that they're not too fluent at, not too natural at. So that's what I try and do with Richard Riakporhe and everyone I work with. Work on the stuff that they're not very good at, and hopefully it balances it all out. Yeah.
What would you say Richard year? Rate his year out of 10. Actually, that's what I'll do. Rate his year out of 10. Because obviously he's had some big fights, won titles, won his fight, stayed unbeaten. Could it really have gone any better?
No, he's done wonders. I mean, he's had I think his last 4 fights, they were all unbeaten fighters. On paper, he shouldn't have won them, but he's come through with flying colours, and he's done wonders. And hopefully on Thursday night there'll be the cherry on the cake, please God.
Frank Smith said earlier in the press conference that Lawrence Okoli is going to be moving on to world level for the WBO, vacant WBO world title. So this is a chance sort of for either Lawrence or Jack to assert themselves. Richard or Jack, should I say, to assert themselves as sort of as the number one domestic guy. Following on from that, I mean, it could set up a massive 2020.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Richard and Jack are not stupid enough to overlook each other. So like myself, I like to take one fight every time. We've got Whyte is Richard's manager, obviously, and I train him. So we do like to look ahead to ourselves, but at the moment we can't overlook Jack Massey.
I want to talk to you about Dillian. One thing that did come out from Saudi Arabia is that you poured too much water in his mouth. That's gone a bit big on boxing Twitter. You pouring water and Dillian sort of smacking out your hand. Yeah. Just sum up to me the Saudi Arabia experience, something a bit different compared to the usual.
Yeah. No, Saudi Arabia was very, very interesting. The Saudis looked after us. We had a good time while we was there. They looked after us, so to speak. Well, it was work. And the water incident, what happened was, say you're Dillian, I'm me, yeah. Got Michael Magic Hands there, and I had a guy called Javier there. But as I'm communicating with Dillian, I forget what round it was, the 3rd or 4th round, I could feel someone come up to the corner, and I could feel them talking to me, just normal, or trying to get Dillian's attention. And Dillian Whyte and Marius Whyte was the fight where you had to keep focus and stay focused. We couldn't afford to have any slip-ups. Do you know what I mean? And I'm very, very passionate at what I do. So he wasn't in the greatest of shape, so to speak. So we had to be on it for every single round of every second. And this guy wanted to start talking to Dillian in the corner. And he was there a bit too long. And I looked at him, I looked at the guy and sort of told him, someone get hold of him and take him away. And that was when too much water in his mouth. So that's what it was all about.
It was funny, I've got to say. Assess Dillian's performance now. Obviously, he got the victory. You say he wasn't in the best shape of his life. I think we could see that as well. But for Dillian, a good victory against someone who, on papers, only had losses to some really good fighters.
Yeah, no, listen, Marius Whyte, I always knew he'd give Dillian the rounds. I've known Marius because we was meant to fight him a little while ago. So, and long and rangy. But listen, no one can contemplate the shit he was going through, you know, and the people that was trying to take him out of business, yeah. So he was under a lot of mental pressure, yeah, right. Until we got the thumbs up, or till he got the thumbs up. But you know, he was not only under mental pressure, he was probably angry, you know, very angry. I'm not saying he's not angry now, but he was under a lot of stress and sleep. He wasn't sleeping right, and performance-wise, I wasn't very happy with the performance, to tell you the truth. But when I looked at it the next day, stylistically and punch variety was perfect. He was just too big. But he's a tough old boy, and he got the win. I mean, he won every round. But he would have had a fight if he would have proper had a toe-to-toe fight. And he didn't need to at times. You know what I mean? If we'd encourage him to let the ones and the twos go instead. You know what I mean? But no, overall, I'm happy with everything. We got the thumbs up, we got the Ukad thing sorted, and we got the win. And we've more or less got our position back, and rightly so.
I mean, it's all been a bit of a farce for the Ukad to do it on fight week, and then for the WBC to not reinstate Dillian straight away. It has happened now. Is it sort of a weight off the shoulders?
Well, you know, listen. It was all in my eyes. We was, you know, in my eyes, and most of the team, we all knew the truth. You know, it was very frustrating. In fact, the messages that I myself received and still receive now. But Dillian himself, he's the one in question, and so it's going to be tough on him. But he's handled it. He's got through it, and that's a message in itself to all the enemy out there. You know, we won't stop or give up when we know we're in the right.
100%. Now he's got his position back with WBC, but we also know that there's going to be a vacant belt from Joshua, the IBF or the WBO. Is there a chance that Dillian could push for one of them for a title shot?
There's always a chance of that or anything, but at the minute we're gonna get fully focused on getting back to where we was when we beat Rivas. So that's all I can say right now on that.
All right, Mark, thanks for giving me some of your time. We look forward to seeing Richard in action on Thursday night, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you then. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Oscar. Good man, mate. Thanks very much.
Is special.